What is life to you? What is life to you? What do you believe life is? How do you feel about life? What's your perception on life? Like, drop down in the comment section on how you feel about what life is, your perception on life, and what you believe life is for to you. You know, because I want to know. And I'm going to tell you mine. I feel like life is an ugly person with a beautiful soul. Life is an ugly person with a beautiful soul to me. And I'm going to tell you why. I say that because it don't really matter about what you got going on the outside, because what really matters is the inside. You know, you ever met somebody that portrayed a certain character to you? They portrayed a certain person that they was, and then as time went on, that wasn't really them. You know, you really got in tune with their soul. You got in tune with their spirit as time went on. But when you met them, they was just a sweetheart. They was just a caring person. You know, they was just a loving person. They was just so faithful. They was just so loyal. And then as time went on, you really saw who they was. So it's like looks, you know, however, swag, money, it don't really matter what somebody got going on the outside. It matter what they got going on the inside, who they are at heart, you know, who they are in their soul, you know. It don't really matter about their looks or who they came to portray as or who they showed up as. Don't none of that matter. But time will tell, you know, time will tell. It matters who a person is. Like, a lot of people like to judge people about what they wearing, how much money they got, what car they driving, if they look good, if they ugly. Don't none of that matter, because you could probably, somebody could copycat somebody on what they wearing, or, you know, like, you could copycat they swag, they house, they car, they crib. You can copycat all of that. You could go wear what they wearing, act how they act. But the thing is, you can't copycat nobody's spirit. You can't copycat nobody's soul. You can't copycat who somebody is internally, what's really inside of them. And that's what makes some people uncomparable. You know, some people are just untouchable. They value can't be, how can I say, duplicated. It can't, just because you can't mess with them solely or spiritually. So that's why I say life is a beautiful soul with an ugly face. Because a lot of people be trying to portray, and then some people fall into temptation. They show up showing somebody that they not. That's not really them. That's not. And you will find out over time. Time will always tell. Time will always tell the truth. Can't nobody hide for so long. You feel me? One thing you don't want to be also is a public success and a private failure. Like I said, the most things in life that matter is the things you really love. And that's not no material stuff. You know? Like your kids, your wife, your girl, your mother, your sister. You know, it's not about validation. It's not about who clapping for you. Trying to get people on your side to cheer for you. You know, want everybody to like you. Sometimes it's not meant for everybody to like you. You know, it's not meant for everybody to understand you and what you trying to do and what you got going on in life. It's not meant for that. So you really just gotta lock in with yourself. As long as you know you doing right at heart, and you taking care of what you supposed to be taken care of, then don't nothing else really matter. You know? Like, but yeah though, I wanna know what y'all think and how y'all feel about what is life to y'all. I also think life is a gift, even though it comes with its problems, trauma, situations that you don't want to go through. They build you. It builds your character. It builds you as a person. All the pain that you had to go through, all them tears that you dropped, it built you as a person. So now you have a different understanding. You have a different perspective. You can understand when somebody else is going through pain, problems. You know how to comfort because you've been there. Opposed to somebody who never been there, so they'll never understand it. So they'll never understand that perspective and understanding in life. So they can't go to the next level. You know? They can't go to the next level. They ain't been through that. They ain't experienced that. You experienced that. You experienced pain. You experienced losses and turned them into lessons. You learned how to grow. You learned self-development. You learned self-love. You know? It's all about, it's not about what's at the forefront. It's always about what you don't see. That's the most important thing in life. It's not about what you always see. It's about what you don't see. It's about what somebody working on in the dark. It's about what somebody working on behind closed doors. You know? What somebody working on, what they working on in their closet, what they trying to fix in their closet. That's what matters. What they trying to get together in their closet. You know? So that's what I feel. I feel like life is a ugly face with a beautiful soul. Because a lot of times you'll see people, some people will be arrogant, some people will be too cocky, and then it'll all come falling down. Just because they showed up like they was such a loving and genuine person, and like they was the shit, and you feel me, and it got taken away quick. That truth came out quick to who they really was. You know? That truth came out real quick to who they really was. And you can't hide it. You can't. This really you. I don't know why you tried to fake it or tried to act like that wasn't you. What is life to y'all? I want to know. What is life? Why are you getting up every day and going hard like you do? What's your purpose? You know? Man, I don't know. That it just stick with me so much that life is an ugly face with a beautiful soul. Because a lot of people like to judge you before you even talk, before you even say something. Before anything, people just like to judge you, but they don't want to give you the chance to show who you really are, you know? And a lot of people ain't gonna never understand because they never had the experience to understand, if you get what I'm saying. You know, you never went through nothing. You never been through so much pain to try to understand what somebody going through pain looks like. You know, you never understand humbleness because you ain't never really had to be humbled. You know, it's like it's not always about what you looking at, what you see, how somebody show theyself. It's not always about that. It's about what that person is hiding. It's about your flaws. It's about your mistakes. It's not more so about what you can flash and, you know, always talk about. It's not always about that. But life is an ugly face with a beautiful soul. I want to know what y'all think about what life is to you. What's your view on it? What's your perception, your perspective? You feel me? And let me know. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the post notification so you can see when I drop. And peace.